This is the Rangers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, I knew there was no way the Rangers were going to leave us with that 4-0 egg that they laid in their home finale yesterday. No way we could end the season on that kind of a note. Thankfully, that was not the case, and we were treated to a Jack Leiter lights out performance tonight in Cleveland as the Rangers rocked the Guardians, got to play spoilers a little bit for whatever that's worth, and more importantly, they got the win. The very worst they will finish will be at 500, but they do have a chance to get a winning record if they can win one more over the next couple of days. But hey, they got the win tonight, and as I said, Jack Leiter was lights out. All right, here we go. Welcome into the Rangers POSTCAST, to your team every day, and in our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, a longtime host and reporter. Thank you for watching Locked On Sports Rangers, your destination after every single game. 2 more left, but we're here tonight on this Friday night. And of course, you can always find us on the Locked On Rangers podcast feed. That's where you'll find the great work of Bryce Patrick every single day. And I know Bryce is as fired up as I am, and we are, over Jack Leiter's performance tonight. That was outstanding. And this is why, I mean, I believe with all my heart that he is going to be one of the dominant pitchers in the game next season. You watch, he is going to be awesome. And I'm already kind of getting fired up and excited thinking about another run with Nate DeGrom and Jack Leiter in 2026. All right, but hey, let's talk about tonight and this game. Lots to get to, and as always, we are going to hear from you via the Rangers comment crew. That's coming up in a bit.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, as I said, we talked about it on Thursday afternoon. Really wanted to see Jack Leiter step up, not only because it was obviously his final start of the season, but wanted to see him step up on the big stage and really go out with a bang. And he did exactly that. Love the way that he competes and carries himself, and just has continued to learn and grow. And I think some of you have already pointed out, and what a blessing that he gets to literally, I mean, I spent the whole season getting coached by Nate and DeGrom. I mean, it's just awesome when you really pause for a minute and think about that, right? But I mean, he was so good, and just, man, when he has that kind of command, and he can put that fastball wherever he wants, and he can mix the curve and the change. And I mean, it's fantastic. And then bring that high heat, 98, 99. I mean, he is awesome. And to finish with win number 10 strikeouts. Love the way that, he really, he could have mentally kind of coasted right after he was given the 4-0 lead, or after he gave up the 2-run home run. Could have let up a little bit, or maybe not have finished strong, but he did. And even after that long delay, when the Rangers added to their lead in the top of the 7th, he still came back and worked that bottom of the 7th and still looked great. Just good for him. I know, for the entire team, this month of September has been a really big disappointment, right? But for him to finish out the way that he did, very, very impressive. And again, I'm really, really excited about Jack and his future, and just like I said, couldn't ask for a better way to end. Couldn't ask for a better way to kind of springboard into the off season for him personally, and he will be ready to go. But hey, in addition to that, the Rangers scored 7 runs.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Well, it was one of the first inning because the Rangers jumped out to a 4-0 lead, and they never looked back. Not sure what the future holds for Rowdy Tellez, but I know I said this throughout the season. The platoon with Berger, it could have been worse. I didn't expect much of Rowdy when he came, but I was pleasantly surprised. More consistent, better hitter than I thought. I thought he was like a feast or famine home run or strikeout guy, but that was not the case. He's better defensively than I thought. Definitely can be a clutch hitter at times. So I wish him well, whatever happens for him if he continues playing. And how about Alejandro Osuna? I think Osuna heard me criticize him earlier in the week because that was a sweet home run that he hit. Just pulled that ball, and that was really good to see for him. And so good for the Little Rascals to step up. Good for him to get that 3-run home run, and then adding 3 runs in the 7th when, look, the Guardians have something to play for. They had a packed stadium, and they were trying to come back. And, for the Rangers to do that and score the 3 runs in the 7th, good to see Cody Freeman come up with a big hit. Wish we saw more of that earlier in the month. That would have been nice. Jake Berger finally got one as well. And the Rangers get 7 runs on 12 hits tonight, and they win it 7-3. And this game, look, it's just what I talk about all the time about favorites and pressure, right? So, on the homestand, the Rangers were supposed to destroy the Marlins, right? Marlins coming in to Globe Life, Rangers at home were supposed to win every game, by 8 runs, and they got swept, right? So here's the thing. Rangers coming to Cleveland. They look terrible on their homestand. They got shut out on Thursday. The Guardians are rolling, playing for now trying to win the division. And what happens? All the pressure is on them to blow out the Rangers. And what happens? They get blown out 7-3. That is baseball right there in 2025. All right, when we come back, we're going to hear from you via the Rangers comment crew. Want to get your thoughts. Also, we have a couple of injury updates as well. We'll do that when we return. This is the Rangers POSTCAST. So I think you've probably heard well, that wasn't it. That's not what we wanted. There we go. Okay. So you've probably heard of Viagra or Cialis. Maybe you've even tried them, but if you're looking for something that is beyond the usual pill, it's time to meet Rougiette Go Long. That's exactly where Rougiette Go Long comes in. This isn't just another ED pill. It's a total game changer for confidence. Now, the process is simple. You can connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online, and if prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly right to your door. If prescribed, your treatment, again, it's discreet and it's right to your door. So if you're ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom, head to Rougiette.com, RUGIET.com, and use promo code LockedOnMLB for 50% off your first order. That's Rougiette.com, promo code LockedOnMLB. Make sure to use our code so they know that we sent you. And I want to talk to you about FanDuel on this Friday night and everything that they're doing, because the NFL season is here and FanDuel is making sure that you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It's quick, easy, and the best way to add a little more energy to Sundays. So are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. Okay, welcome back to the Rangers postcast. Rangers over the Guardians. They rock in Cleveland 7-3, playing a little spoiler role, and they get win number 81 on the season. Texas Hobby Ben leading us off says, hey, Leiter looking brighter. Love that he's being coached by Eovaldi. Well said, Texas Hobby Ben. You and I both. I think he and Grom and just that whole scene. Love it. It's kind of hoping, as I said last week, I was hoping. I know they were. I think the Rangers were hoping too that maybe Kumar Rocker would get back up and rejoin the team, maybe for one final start before the season ended. But unless something changes, I don't think that's going to happen. TCG says, you've got to be kidding me. So the New York Rangers are helping the Astros. Man, the Tigers are absolutely collapsing in the worst way. Yeah, they really are. That goes back to, again, they kind of celebrated a little bit early, had that huge lead at the beginning of the month, and again, all of a sudden, that pressure and being expected to be, the number one seed or the top team and to go out and keep going and win the series, it is a truly spectacular, epic collapse for sure. Lauren Perry says, staying above 500, stress-free baseball now for the fans. Now I'm looking forward to seeing changes for next season. Yeah, I'm with you, Laura. We talked about that a little bit the other night with Bryce when we had him on, and I know he'll be all over that the entire off season. But yeah, to your point, very curious to see what happens with Boch, what happens with the lineup, with any moves that are made. But I mean, as I said, we talked about this before the trade deadline. Remember before the deadline, we kind of looked at the team and we said, well, hey, with the pitching that they have, the rotation and the bullpen, remember everybody was saying, well, are the Rangers going to be buyers or sellers at the deadline? And we had made the comment here, I did, and you guys, I think, agreed, was, no, with the pitching that they have and their defense, you have to feel like you have a chance with the pitching that they had. You had to feel like you had a chance to compete. You just needed help with the offense, and unfortunately, the offense never responded, never came through enough. I think I saw somebody wrote a story about how, and it's true statistically, the Rangers pitching was better than Seattle's, right? They're going to get all the love about how great their rotation is and blah, blah, blah. But the Rangers statistically were better. They just didn't have the offense. And again, it's so maddening because if the Rangers offensively could have been just a little bit better, if they could have just won a handful more games, we're having, and I know I've said this a lot, but I mean, we'd be having a completely different conversation right now. That's the hard part. Soldier X says Leiter just needs to pretend he is facing the Guardians all the time. He dominated them this year. Yeah, great point. Great point, Soldier X. Al says Leiter looks sharper than Cheddar. I like that. Thank you, Al, for all of your support, and I hope your thumb is doing okay and you're recovering well with everything going on. Hope you and Shirley have a good weekend. Al says Peagle up forever. Hopefully RCC is here next season. Will I be doing spring training? No, Alf. The way it works with this, we only do the regular season games unless Bryce were to bring me on at some point during the spring. But if not, you know what? It's okay. We'll have have a nice full season. But the plan is to be back and to do it again. So we'll see. Geo777. But Alpha, I really appreciate all your help and support. And again, praying for you, and I hope that you're doing okay. Sincerely. Geo777 says, great Rangers road win. Also, Rangers finally scored today. I want the Rangers to win on Fox tomorrow night. I'm with you. Looking forward to that. Nick says Jack Leiter is legit, and after the absent late inning offense made an appearance. Love this team, and I'm already super excited about next season. It's been wonderful here, venting, celebrating with y'all. Yeah, very well said, Nick, and very well said. Thank you to you as well. Thank you to everybody, but thank you. Mark says at least the Rangers won't have another losing season. That's right. Laura says it's been therapy for sure. We need RCC membership cards to tide us over until spring. Yeah, I'm starting. It kind of hit me today that, and this is it. I mean, this is the final weekend. I am genuinely going to miss you guys. Going to miss the team. Going to miss just the whole block of time. This has been, a big part of my life now. Since the end of March. So I'm with you. Texas Hobby Bin says, I'm going to miss checking in here nearly every day. Every time the baseball season ends, it feels like my favorite show ended, but always glad for next season. Yeah, well said. I'm with you. Train Guy says, I'm happy with the fact that we will finish at 500 at least. Really hyped for Leiter next year. He's going to be something. Peagle up as usual. Lincoln says if Astros make playoffs going to be thanks to the Rangers. Well, we'll see. Houston's got their work cut out for them for sure. Isaac says Rangers playing spoiler. Their final series of the season would be funny and cool. I just hope the Rangers don't help the Astros in. Texas Hobbyman says we should do an RCC fantasy league next season. Interesting. You know what? I would be down for that. I was hardcore into fantasy baseball, and it got so much, right? It's not like the NFL where do a couple things, but you're pretty much set all season. With baseball, I mean, and I was in a league where we had holds and every category, and it was intense. And now my computer's frozen up.